The food war between Singapore and Malaysia is one that will never end. But do you know that some dishes in both countries sound the same but are entirely different altogether? Like this is Singapore's Hokkien Mee, while this is Malaysia's Hokkien Mee. Yeah, so watch on as I list out the dishes that have the same name but are different altogether. So, before anything, I need to add a disclaimer lah. Singaporeans and Malaysians take their food very seriously, and I'm not here to rich bit. So note that this is not a competition on which country's food is better lah, yo. This is just a factual video to educate lah, yo. Not to say which country food is better lah, yo. Of course, Singapore food is better lah, I need to ask me. Also, note that these are actually based on regions. Like Johor food might actually taste more like Singapore food instead of Penang food, although they are technically in Malaysia. So don't take this video so seriously lah. With that, let's start with the first dish.
Chicken rice.
Now, you might think Singapore and Malaysia chicken rice taste the same, but no, you are wrong. Singapore's version is often deboned or with less bones. Malaysia's chicken rice is filled with so much bones that you can call it bone rice instead. Also, Malaysia's chicken rice has something that makes some of us puke. They usually have taugeh, yo. It's akin to fried rice having peas and carrots and walao eh. I know I'm not supposed to give any opinions, but even my Malaysian friends say Singapore's chicken rice is better, which really explains why chicken rice is Singapore's national dish lah. Now, moving on to something that's rather controversial.
Bak kut teh.
Most Singaporeans and Malaysians will know this. The Singapore version tastes like water filled with pepper, while the Malaysia version tastes like diluted herbal soup. Here's the interesting thing. In Singapore, you can find both versions, but in the past, more stores sell the Singapore version. In recent years, there are more Malaysia versions, so much so that whenever you buy a bak kut teh, it's like buying blind box. You will not know whether it's the Singapore or Malaysia version. But one thing is for sure, this is a dish that's only available in Singapore and Malaysia, but its origin is from China. Yeah, if this is weird, hear this. Despite its name, no tea is needed to cook it. Instead, he said that people used to eat it with a cup of tea, but nowadays, people eat it with a cup of bubble tea instead.
Laksa.
Now, this is a little tricky. Some people call it curry laksa, the one that we have in most hawker centers, as Singapore laksa, while assam laksa, the one that's sour, is considered as Malaysia laksa. Therefore, you can say that curry laksa is Singapore's laksa, while assam laksa is Malaysia laksa. As a Singaporean, I've once thought that assam laksa is what happened when curry laksa is spoiled and therefore sour. But no lah, don't be a bodoh like me lah, aiyo, this one not yogurt eh.
Char kway teow.
If you are looking to advertise your business in this channel, we can help you. There are guaranteed views and many big brands have trusted us. Just click on the link in the description. To Singaporeans, char kway teow comprises noodles and kway teow, and is usually fried by an angry uncle who can crack eggs with one hand. Here's the thing, the Malaysia version is mainly kway teow and it looks lighter compared to the Singapore version that looks like it's fried with one whole bottle of dark soya sauce. But the scary thing is that both versions have taugeh. And speaking of taugeh,
Cai tao kueh.
in Singapore, our cai tao kueh is simple. It's red cake with cai bu and egg. But in Malaysia, they for some reason they decided to add taugeh in eh. Walao eh, yeah taugeh what the heck, right? They may also add peas and carrot into a bowl of cheese fries.
Oi, no opinion.
Oh sorry, I was triggered cause they added taugeh into cai tao kueh sia.
Okay, but still cannot. Oh, wait, what? Taugeh into cai tao kueh? Might as well add po chai into filet of fish. What were they thinking? Hokkien Mee.
Here's the thing, the Hokkien Mee in Singapore and Malaysia appear to have multiple personality disorder. The Singapore version is yellow, oily, and sinful, while the Malaysia version is soup-based, pretty similar to the prawn noodles in Singapore. Basically, it's almost a complete different dish lah. It's so confusing that people buy Hokkien Mee instant noodles that's made in Malaysia only to realize that it's prawn noodles. I know because I kena before.
Rojak.
And last but not least, rojak. Actually, both the Singapore and Malaysia versions are rather similar, except that the Malaysia version has no youtiao. Instead, it's merely fruits, which include mango as well, and cucumbers. This is why rojak is often known as a fruit salad lah. Now, there are, of course, more, but I bet you are already hungry, so I'll stop here. Anyways, speaking about food, do you know that some foods that are marketed as healthy are actually not healthy? For example, wholemeal bread can be unhealthy after all. Watch this and you understand. Also, follow me on Instagram if you have not done so, as we publish exclusive short videos there. Link in description. And if you want to advertise with us, even as a standalone video, do contact us. Thank you for spending almost 5 minutes with me. I really appreciate it and hope you learned something.